people. It don't never had no problem like inviting strangers. But when I try to invite my friends on here and we try to do something live, there she go.
It had a problem inviting.
So we finally here.
Hmm. Yes, you can, son. How are you doing, Miss Ebony?
I'm well. Girl, being a mom, stressed the hell out,
Mm-mm-mm. I know. Mine's over here asking for water right now.
trying to figure everything out as far as like balancing time out. Like I haven't never had enough time to do everything in one day. I'm always all over the place.
Mm.
But I found that TikTok is being weird. Like they have some really strange people that like to come in on your lives and stuff. I don't like that.
Is it public?
Yeah.
And if they following you, I think they can. So, no. Hi, Ebony followers.
Hey everybody. Introducing my friend. This is my friend, my business partner, my go-to, my confidant, my call on the phone every time I have a problem. Y'all meet Tiffany. Go over there, follow. If you are trying to learn phlebotomy, you are in the lower southern region. She is, oh, we moved. She is in the northern region now.
Yeah.
Has multiple state businesses. She is in New Orleans. You're also in Georgia, Virginia, and what other state? Texas?
We're in Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, and opening to Virginia.
And how long have you been open?
One Stick Mobile actually, okay, so you got to remember before you put it on paper, sometimes you act before you put it on paper. So One Stick Mobile has actually been open for 2 years,
Okay.
but on paper it has been open for a year.
Okay. And what's the name of your business?
One Stick Mobile Laboratory.
And what do you do for your services? What services do you offer?
So inside of One Stick Mobile Laboratory Services, we offer phlebotomy services. We also offer most services that also an MA can do. So we have blood pressure monitoring, injections, post-op care. As far as collections, we do all the collections that we can that are within the scopes of a phlebotomist. We do drug screening, DNA testing. I'm open to do other things because I also have other certifications in other things. I'm also an RBT as well. I'm also a direct service worker, so I can also do home health privately. So you don't have to take your business and just leave it in this one scope of things if you've taken yourself to something else.
When you say different scopes of practice, what other practice, can you be a little bit more detailed on the different scopes that you might be able to get into as a RPT?
So, as a registered behavioral technician, a lot of people call the bigger companies to help with the training and actually helping their autistic children or family member that isn't a child or as an adult to help them cope on their own. So you can incorporate certain things of that without having a actual license BCA on board with you. You can incorporate it as long as you are a direct service worker. But a lot of states don't call it a direct service worker. You got a home health care technician. There are different things, but honestly, you're in that one scope. But if you go and actually take the 8-hour training and become an RBT and eventually get with a BCA company that can get you certified, you definitely can use that in your practice, because you can help those moms that they don't want to get with those companies, but they need help. They need guidance. Sometimes you can guide other people into helping their family member get better care without actually signing your family member up for that.
Exactly. So you're more leaning towards the independence of private care versus having them transported into a nursing home.
Yes, you can. If you're willing to let someone come in and help you, that my business is all for helping someone help themselves as much as possible. It gets frustrating, it gets tiring, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes if you don't have the actual funds to do those things.
Right. Speaking on funds, how much did it roughly cost you to start your laboratory business?
$125, not including certifications, which one certification was 125 and another one was free and another one was like $100. So just to start my business and to keep it going, that was it.
Starting a business in overnight, do you recommend steps, or how would you go about if I wanted to start a lab tomorrow? How would you go about making that happen? What would be your first initial step?
Your very first step is to figure out where you want to get credentialed in. If you want to do phlebotomy, do phlebotomy. If you want to do medical assistant, do medical assistant. You're going to learn everything you need in either one of those areas. There's a lot of nurses and physician assistants, nurse practitioners that are trying to get into the game too. All of those areas can help you do what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
The fastest route, I believe, for you to do this, for me, being honest, is to become a CPT. That to me is the fastest, because everything you can do starts there.
Now, I've started my business. I've gotten all of my accounts. I've connected. I've networked. I've worked with everybody I need to. What would be my potential income bracket or my potential income in, say, 1 year of my business? Do I have a potential to make $1 million overnight? Can I make $1 million in 2 weeks? How would I go about securing the fact that I could make $1 million overnight? And is that possible?
Let's be realistic. Making $1 million overnight, it can happen. It could happen, but you really have to sit down and legally get all your paper in place, and you would need a team. You can't make $1 million on your own in this business, because you can't be everywhere at one time. You can't do that. So, to be realistic, my first year of business, I made 45K. First year of business, just me doing all the running in my business, 45K was my first year. And that's literally on tax paper. I made 45K. I'm shooting to make that $1 million, but you have to remember, you can't be pushing your service in places that are already oversaturated. You have to go into places where they need you in general. Smaller towns. Those smaller towns really need you, because they go off into those bigger towns to get those services. Those little mom and shop pops, little mom and shop places, those little doctor's offices that you see not a lot of people coming out of, putting your flyers up in like little gas station, beauty supplies, grocery stores. If you go and talk to them, if you don't get out and market yourself, you can't make that $1 million. But you also can't make those $1 million without certain contracts, and that's where a lot of people get lost at. If you don't go out and literally do the homework before you just jump the gun, you can't know what your community or the community you're trying to jump in needs. You have to do the legwork first. That is my number one thing I tell all my mentees. If you don't know what market you're jumping into, you're not going to get what you want in the end.
I feel the same way. If you don't know what market you wanted to get into, you don't know the niche that you have a talent for, and you're not using that talent, you're robbing others, or you're taking that filter that someone else has created, or that dream and foundation someone else has created, and you take it as your own, but then you run out of gas because you don't know by the time you get to that point to where you're complete with whatever you wanted to learn from that person. Now you're at a point to where you're still standing still. You're not making the money you want to make. Your business isn't open. Your flyers aren't going anywhere. Like, you're not setting appointments. So it's kind of learning what's good for yourself. Everybody has to be individual, especially when you come into a business like this, not trying to, again, go into such a saturated field and try to think that you're going to do anything different. It's everybody's doing the same thing. So I try to.
Everybody is doing the same thing, and that's what I want everybody to really keep in the back of your mind. If you don't separate yourself from everyone else, when you go out and introduce yourself, they're going to put you in that category with everyone else because you have nothing to stand you out. My specific company is based upon the moms who can't take those kids outside, those elderly people who can't really go outside. I had to find where I was most be needed. And then, like, as the time grew on, I got calls to go, I need a drug screen here. I had another family that called and was like, I really need a private care provider, and I seen your flyers, and I want to sit down and have a meeting with you. You can sit down and have 100,000 meetings with 100,000 people. But if you just don't fit, you just do not fit, and do not make yourself fit,
Don't
because
waste your
that's
time.
not where you're supposed to be.
Don't
If it
waste your
is
time.
for you, you will get it. And when you sit down in that chair, they're going to give it to you. They're going to give it. Don't fight for it. Do not water down your business. Don't water down your brand to fit what someone else needs. Don't do it.
Don't even change your prices. I know a lot
Do
of times we will go out, we'll look at prices and we'll compare our business prices to other businesses and to say, well, we're more expensive than the other. Well, just because you're more expensive doesn't mean that your services and quality of service is not offered in any different. You might offer a little bit more services than what that other company has offered for that collection service, and your material might cost a little bit more. So don't change the price of your business. Don't change the value of yourself, the core of where you begin, because of what's going on around you. Eventually, in time, normally it takes you about 2 years to get fully established and up and running. Like, it does not happen overnight. And that was why I asked you that question, because I wanted to know, like, your first year, how did you do? It took you 12 months to get to that point. So it's time.
it's
It's a time thing for
it
me.
did, because from the years of experience I had working inside of the field, I did my homework from the time I walked into my role in the career that I chose. My first job was at a hospital, and I sat down and I got quiet. I did my job, but I took my notes.
Exactly.
I realized what I did was only a small piece of the machine. The
Exactly.
bigger piece of the machine is literally the processing part of the machine. But if you're going to be, you need to choose between, am I going to be a actual mobile phlebotomy drawing station, or am I going to be a processing laboratory? You have to know where you want to be, because if you do not know where you want to be, you're just going to be adding and adding and adding and adding, and you're going to put so much on your plate to the point you're going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Your plate is going to be so full of untasted, unseasoned food. Like it comes when you start piling things, too many things on one thing. And that's one of the things I was letting people know about phlebotomy business. Even because it's slow the first year, it's slow the first few months, it's okay to be at that pace. You want to get to your mark as perfect as you can be legally. You don't want any flaws, you don't want any problems with your DOT collections, your non-DOT collections. You don't want your company fined. You want to make sure you have the right clear waivers. You want to make sure you can collect the right things, you have the right utensils, the right tools. You have so many different other things to worry about than trying to race to this check. And I feel like racing to that, you're messing up, like I said, having too much on your plate. You're ruining the one thing that you came to start. Give yourself time, give yourself grace. If you're working with phlebotomy and you're just going to be a mobile phlebotomist, focus on mobile phlebotomy. It's okay. It's okay. Get your flyers out, get your brand out, do your YouTubes, do your social media, do the things that you can to put yourself out there. And then eventually it's gonna fall in place. But you gotta do it on your time.
What's crazy is everyone is taking that shortcut. I'm going to pay somebody to do this and I'm going to pay somebody to do that. Stop paying people to do things, because in
Stealing your
order for your
information.
business to blossom, you have to sit down and do it yourself. I do everything myself. I make my flyers myself. I put my any posts or ads you see up, I do it myself. I answer my emails, I answer my phone calls, I schedule my appointments. I do everything myself. If you keep the money in-house the first 2 years, you're going to be a millionaire.
And you're going to be able to employ those people and bring the
To
community in.
do it.
You can't do any of that if you don't have your own life preserver jacket on first. You have to be, as a business and as a professional, no one's going to put that care and concern into your business but you. So at the end of the day, slapping that preserver on, putting that life jacket on, putting that bulletproof vest on, doing what you got to do, staying up, it means long nights. It means caffeine. It means coffee. It means no sleep. It means I'm tired. It means I have to keep going. But at the end, you'll appreciate your business and look back and look at the hard work that you put in and say, I did that. And then you don't
And
have to worry
also,
about anybody stealing your shit. Like,
here's the crazy
they
part,
steal
Ebony.
your
We also
name.
need to tell them. We also need to let them know. Find someone that is on the same page as you, that's not trying to maliciously backbite you, make you feel some type of way, and that's going to help you bridge the gap between the things that you're missing. Because I promise you, me and Ebony found each other on Facebook. On Facebook.
Pieces
Inside
of
of
the
a group.
pies came together because we had it together. It wasn't me trying to call her and say, "Hey, I need your information, ma'am." And she
No.
wasn't calling me saying, "Hey, I need your information." It was like, "Let's verify. Here go my name. Here you go. Here go the email. Listen, girl, I got everything. I just need a business partner. I need a team.
What you
We got it
need.
together."
And Ebony asked me a question, and all I said was, "What you need?" I didn't charge her for it. I didn't anything. A person who truly is here to help someone do this, to go to the next level in the same way they are, they're not gonna charge you for it. I don't care what nobody say. Paperwork, things that you getting in your email, connecting them with other people, that is free. That should not have a price tag on it. A genuine person who literally is seeing that you out here busting your tail to get to where you're trying to be, just like them, they're going to help you. Anybody that calls my phone, anybody that emails me, DMs me, that have a question for anything, I do not charge them $1 or a cent. And everyone around me say, "You just giving it away." I say, because there is more than enough for all of us to be in little towns that these big corporations will not be in, to make a profit enough for us to continue to do what we love to do and take care of our families.
Generational wealth the right way. And the thing is the laboratory field and the phlebotomy field and the MA field and the CNA world, it is majority African American community. And at the end of the day, we are at the low bottom of the totem pole when it comes to pay,
Yes.
when it comes to promotions, when it comes to being able to run certain departments. It is a fight. So I speak on the things that I know, and I try to help people based on being a mentor and the things that I've been through. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about Tiffany. Like we come together, we come off of the same energy of what we've been through. So we're able to identify the people that really want to learn and really need the help versus the people who are bullshitting and trying to steal. So I'm gonna tell you like this: if you do come onto our page or you do come into and run into either one of us, I'm gonna tell you honest to God, we know. So don't come around the corner playing. Cause ain't nobody got time to be wasting it. My biggest fear is wasting the little precious time that I do have. Even as a mom, I get really tired. And I get days to where I don't want to do shit. But I don't need that type of energy around me or those type of people around me. And I feel like doggone every time I talk to someone, I'm depleted. Like I don't have time. Creating the circle that I want, I have it right here. So like I said, don't come around this corner playing.
True. Time, I'm going to say in the words of my grandmother, time is money.
All day long.
Time is money.
All day long.
If this is really something that you want to do, you can go buy 100 ebooks from 17 different people. You can take 100 different mentoring classes. If you don't know the basics of what you trying to do, you're not going to make it. You're going to be, oh, this person got a drug screen business, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to buy her ebook and I'm going to do this and get a drug screen business. You're going to open your doors for a drug screen business, and you're not going to have not one person walking through that door.
You're gonna be closed in 2 days. Or you're gonna be fined in 30.
And then here's the next thing. If you are not properly trained on how to do a drug screen, I promise you, you're never gonna do another one again, because they are auditing so bad, because everybody have these fly-by-night laboratories. They don't have no years experience behind it, or they're teaching phlebotomy because they paid for a certificate, and they have never drawn not one person's blood in their life. And you letting these people train you and teach you, and they're help. Oh, I'm gonna help you. Give me $1,500, and I'm gonna help you get your business off the ground, and we're gonna have a successful this, and that. But in your business, you're offering 17 different things that do not have anything to do with what you're doing.
We're true to this, not new to this. I'm talking about everything you need right here. Down to the
The
bags.
money makers are your hands, and the knowledge that you have obtained from the experience. That's your money. Those tubes that Ebony have in her hands, that needle, that gauze, and your personality and of how you walk into these people establishments and homes is what's gonna keep your business going. Because if your customer service is bad, your energy is off, trust me, patients know. I am also an MA actively working in my field in a doctor's office, and I've literally had 17 people tell me I literally was about to find a new doctor if it wasn't for me meeting you in here.
Listen, and I'm about to tell these people, we about to learn how to, in the videos later on down the road, I'm about to start teaching people how to get their own contracts. How we gonna cut out middlemen and recruiters. Because I'm getting tired of the pay. The pay, even if you have to have a normal 9 to 5, CNAs are paid so piss poor. The phlebotomists are paid piss poor. The little inmates were paid piss poor. Anybody, MAPs, piss poor. Piss poor. Like, I've seen phlebotomists making $10 an hour in Griffin, Georgia.
There's no way no phlebotomist in 2023 should be making $10 an hour, and they can literally walk into the plasma lab with no experience and make $15.
10. Douglas, Georgia, 10. $10 an hour. I have 2 travelers right now that I got out of Douglas, Georgia, because they sent me from Seattle to help down in that little country town. And then people were crying because they were making $10 an hour. Miss Mary Carter, shout out to you, boo-boo, because I know you living your best life now, because you were crying about them little $600 checks every 2 weeks, boo.
And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that the pay that they feel as though, with even, let's take out the economy. We put our life in danger every day. We pick up a needle. We walk into a room, you put your life in danger, and if you feel that your life, and I can't say that, if your life is worth $10 to go and make sure your kids have something to eat, that should be temporary. That should be the most temporary job. That should be one of those jobs that you pick up until you find another job. That should not be your lifeline. I don't want that to be your lifeline when your hands are worth $1 million.
And
Your
we're giving
hands alone
thin
are worth $1 million.
latex gloves. We're not giving metal gloves. We're not giving lead protected gloves. We're not getting unstuck gloves. We're not getting that. We're getting them little flimsy ass latex gloves come from China.
Literally.
Hello.
You put it on, it
And
can
both
pop.
ways are dangerous.
That glove will pop with you putting it on. Putting it on. Taking it out the box, it can get a hole in it. So, and God forbid that the device, the safety device to close this needle fall off as you're closing it and you poke yourself. You going downstairs right now to you got to go get a drug screen for that. One of them cups Ebony got in her hand right now. You got to go get a drug screen just because the safety device failed. Not you, the device that they said was safe enough for you to do your job.
Drug screen, HIV test, all the syphilis tests, all the itch your mama tests, all of them. You finna
We
get
put
tested
our life
Sunday.
in danger touching these bodily fluids that are not ours every day. And this economy, matter of fact, the medical profession feel as though a phlebotomist is not a necessity.
We're playing with hazardous body fluids that should be universally precautioned as what? Universal precautions. We shouldn't even be handling this shit. It's nasty. It's a
We should
biohazard.
not. We
They
should
go into
not.
bio boxes. But instead, we have people like us that sit here and help you figure out if you can get that job. Help you figure out if you got a UTI. Help you figure out if you got an STD from your man. Hello.
The crazy part is,
Without us, these doctors don't know shit. Without us, they don't know nothing.
if the doctor don't do it himself, or the nurse don't collect it for the doctor, who gonna do it?
Me.
Because let's really talk about it. A doctor can do everybody's role because they're trained to do everybody's role. But the way the world is set up now, to take all that off the doctor and let them focus on diagnosing everybody, they had to break down his job and give it to other people.
But without us diagnosing and properly, we ain't even talked about the fact that you have to properly collect these in order. Let's go on back. You just got out of school and you still got these idiots out here drawing this tube first.
You draw that. Let's really talk about it. Let's talk about how half of the instructors are telling you to draw that tube first in school.
Not right now. Yeah.
This is what your instructor is telling you to draw first. You should not be drawing this. That should not be drawn first unless it's being drawn in a order test alone.
If it is something like a natural peptide, if it's a BMP, then I could see you drawing that first. But for you to do your SSTs after your lavenders, that's not even on the list. That's not even the order of drop.
Here's the thing. You done stuck that bottom half of that needle inside that EDTA, and then you finna stick it inside that SST, and a lot of that EDTA done went in that SST.
And you wondering why your patient has high calcium and high potassium.
Let's not even talk about that. You wondering why you done got this write up because this doctor done gave this person the wrong medication.
Oh, let's not mention. Wait. Let me get you a better one. Oh, I got like a 1 ml of blood in this one, and I got 2 in this one, and I need 3.
Pour it off.
I need 3 in this one. So let me. Oh yeah, that's enough.
Let's take it a step further. Pick up a green top.
Wait. What's green again?
We need green. Where's green?
I don't have a green. Can I use these 2?
You need green.
Well, I don't have them.
I know you don't got green. I'm just joking.
Can I just?
So let's pretend that yellow. Let's pretend that little yellow SST is actually a green top.
Okay.
Don't know anybody that's on this video, on this live, that's listening right now. If you think you're gonna pour a green into a purple, if you ever think that's okay for you to do, if you ever think that your job told you to do that, I need you to clock out and go home. Clock out and go home.
I need you not to be a phlebotomist.
You don't need to even be a phlebotomist right now, because whoever trained you did a poor job. And I would hate for the patient laying in that bed to get a medication that's literally going to kill them. You're going to kill them. And I've seen people with 20 years of experience sit in my face and do that at a job. And I went told, I'm sorry. You can call me a snitch if you want to, but you're not finna kill this person laying in this bed that's innocent, that don't know what's going on.
Nope. Period. I'm telling. And as an instructor, as allied healthcare professionals and instructors, we have to tell anyway. It's like being a mandated court reporter. I don't give a damn. If I start seeing you do anything, like I noticed when I was training as a manager, I noticed a lot of people were very heavy-handed with the needle, and they were sticking people in places that should never be stuck. And I'm looking at them like, wait a minute, they just allow people from off the street in Alaska, in the state of Alaska, they just allow anybody to walk off the street and stick you.
No. You ain't fit to touch me with that needle. Another thing, even for our people who watching that are not in the medical world, you have the right to say no. No one can tell you you cannot say no. You can say no. If this person stuck you one time and you don't want them sticking you no more, you can say no. Don't ever feel like you got to sit there and be a pincushion.
Listen, for the people in the back, you get legally 2 tries per person. If they don't get it after the second attempt and they keep trying, that's assault. Go ahead and get you a lawyer.
The motto is 2 and I'm through.
2, done. I don't give a damn. They cannot continue to stick you with that needle, and I don't give a damn if they trying to get blood or not. I don't care. You need to get somebody that know what the hell you doing, or go get you a vein finder if you're in the hospital. But they cannot continue to stick you like that. I don't give a damn who they are. They just don't know what the hell they doing. Because I promise you, I have gone behind phlebotomists that did not know what the hell they was doing. People were stuck all the way up. I go in, been in there for 2-3 seconds, and I got blood, and I'm out the door. Nurse, someone, you got it? Of course. What the hell? What were they doing? And then Alaska is cold. Now, you know good and well you're not finna get blood out of a turnip. So if you're trying to get blood out of a cold person, what's the first thing you do to dilate those veins?
Hope you warm them up. I hope
for the people in the back.
You warm them up, because if you do
for
not
the
warm
people
them
in the
up,
back. I'm so
you're
sick of
not
y'all
getting
motherfuckers
nothing.
out here sticking up people for no reason, and you can't find no vein. There's a difference in a vein and a muscle and a bone. There's a way.
Oh, let's take it a step further. There is a difference in a nerve. A nerve.
If you were not trained properly and you have a fear of being a phlebotomist and you don't know what you're doing, please do not pick up a damn needle trying to use. Nobody is no guinea pig, because I promise you, you're going to run into me. And I got reflexes.
You going to run into a me. And you won't be sticking no more. You won't even have a license anymore.
I'm talking about that hand gone. I know what I'm doing. I don't even want to know your
I
name.
can stick in a hand, I can stick in a foot, I've stuck in a breast, I've stuck in a leg, I've stuck in so many places. But you
I've
cannot stick somewhere if you're, and also remember, whoever you're working for, if they don't allow you to stick in a foot, don't do it. If they don't allow you to stick in a breast, don't do it. If you know you can't stick in the neck, do not do it.
don't damn do it. First of all, that is not a palpable place. So don't
Do
even try that.
not do it.
You are not an expert, an anesthesiologist, or a physician. So please do not ever in your life try no dumb shit like that. I'm so
Don't
tired
do
of
it.
people, like my specialty is kids. Do you know how people who traumatize little kids and hold them down to get blood from a child, an infant, a 2-day old, a 3-day old? Come on. If it's a lead testing, you can't use the heel to collect blood. So you know good
Nope.
well you got to poke that baby. So you got to be
And
real super careful on them
please
little
stop
new
using
2,
those big
3-day old
needles on those
babies.
babies. Stop using those big gauge needles on those babies. Lord, stop it. How would you feel as a mother if a phlebotomist walked in there and had your baby screaming, turning colors, and poked your baby
Let
3
me stick
times?
you. Let me stick you, mangy adults. Let me stick y'all. Hold on. Let me get me another hug. Let me stick y'all with one of these needles in a fresh 1-day old surgical wound. Let me stick this in you. Let me stick this in you. I ain't never caused you no pain before, but just let me stick this in you for right now because I need blood.
Yep.
And you ain't got no kind of
Yep.
defense. You can't move. All you can do is cry.
And lay there.
You see how
You just
big this
laying there.
22 gauge ass needle is? And I know it look bigger on camera, but I could see it as a person, as an adult, as a human being, as a phlebotomist, as a medical professional. I could tell you I will never, not even if I had to use it in a hand vein and replace of a butterfly, I will never. I will refuse that draw for the day.
As you
See you
should.
later. Have a nice day. I can't do anything with you today. I'm so sorry.
And phlebotomists, and my phlebotomist and future phlebotomist, I really want you to understand it is okay if you can't get it. Please don't think you're feeling terrible because you can't get it. We all have bad days. All have off days. But if it's something within your scope and you feel you can't do it without confidence, don't do it.
Field
Please
practice,
don't do it.
come get me. I will do it all day long and I won't say nothing about it. It's no judgment here. I know it. Everybody started off nervous. Everybody started off slow. Everybody started off, didn't know what the fuck they was doing. We faked it until we made it. But you got to give yourself that grace and allow yourself to be helped. You can't go in there talking about you know what you're doing and you just graduated 3 months ago. No. To
Say what?
my
I
single
had
and
graduated
split
3 months
people,
ago, and I
okay?
walked into my job, knew what I was doing. I can't say that.
To my single and my split people, I wanted to talk to y'all really quick about the difference in the single and the split
Oh
specimens.
my God! Please, please, Mom, please go over that, please, please.
So you will have this on the orders. The orders will come from eScreen. They come from the different drug screen collections, Talk Screen, whichever company that they are getting sent to you for. They are going to say that on that order. A single specimen means they will go ahead and get this cup, pull the top off, dump the contents on the outside. You'll put that little marker that is just above the temperature reader, and you'll tell them that you need this much amount of urine. They'll go into the bathroom. They have 4 minutes. They come back out with the sample. Do not wash your hands. Do not flush the toilet. Do not run any water. Come back out with the sample. You read the temperature on the outside. It must be between 90 and 98 degrees. Anything over and above, the system or the sample has
They
to be
need to go to the
discarded.
hospital. You need to be sent them to the emergency room.
Sample needs to be discarded, or you can recall for another test, and the next test has to be observed. You do have to reach out to the company first because you cannot do that on your own. Okay?
Please repeat that. Repeat that. Repeat
You
that.
need to call the company first. Let them know that the donor has had some issues with their sample. Let them know what you discovered. An MRO will call you back and give you further instructions. Please wait for that MRO. Do not do that on your
Another
own.
thing before Ebony moves on, if
Go for it.
they cannot, boy, they do not need to be drinking 10 cups of water. That you don't need to let them sit 30 minutes before they can pee again. If you have those issues, please contact the employer so we
And y'all
can
may help me.
reschedule. Gotta reschedule because I'm gonna be, and let's really talk about that on as far as on a business side. You're holding up the process of the other people who needs to go and get their drug screen so they can go about their day.
Not only that, you do have shy bladder syndrome,
You do.
and you also have those people that are in issues with drug screens and they know they have another issue, so that's a personal issue, and we don't have time for that. So please don't come in my lab as a friend or a family member or anyone else trying to violate my business with your hot ass. And I'll say that again out loud for the people in the back. Do not come violating my business with your hot ass. If you know you hot, take your drug test and keep it moving. Now,
Just pee in the cup and go. That's what she's saying. Pee and go.
piss in this cup and let's go.
Let's be technical. Urinate and go.
Here is your lovely split specimen, your split cup. And Tiffany, you want to tell them what we do with our splits?
Those I'm gonna be in my business. All my splits are DOT. All of them. Any ones I collect are DOT. Not unless I have a suspicion and I send off a split sample because I have a suspicion on the sample that I have been given. You have the right to do that, but it has to be documented the right way.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. And your split specimens come with 2 cups.
Two.
So you can see on the inside, this one, the difference, this one comes with 2 cups. That's the split collection. And then this one comes with one. That is your single collection. And how important is it for me to come in with my cousin talking about I don't have my ID, but I'm myself? How important is that?
So let me tell you something. Do not come into any one establishment without an ID. But I can tell you there are other forms we can take. You can bring your passport, you can bring your social security card. But guess what? We still need something with a photo. So it don't even matter.
Exactly.
A
So
photo.
please, we make copies of those. So please don't come in with a picture on your phone. We can't use any of that. It has to be a copy. It has to be a valid ID unless your employer can call and validate who you are. That is the only way we can accept that sample and we can move forward with your screening. So now that I think y'all have all the legal facets, did we go over all that? Yeah, we did, didn't we?
We did like a rough little run through,
Yeah. I think we need to do
We
these
gave
more
them like
often.
a quick version of it.
We're gonna have to do this one again, and next time we'll do this from your channel, so we can kind of bounce back and forth and get the platform ready for what we're going to be hosting on Zoom. And I just want to invite everybody to our weekly Zoom sessions. And the weekly Zoom sessions will be every Sunday at 10 a.m. It is myself, your host, Ebony the Black Butterfly, and you have Tiffany, the TIP, baby. She is the top premier mentor, guide, friend, guru, bestie, everything of the above. So if you have any problems or issues and you want to learn phlebotomy and you got the check to pay for the phlebotomy course, because we're not teaching nothing for free over here. We're giving you rough overlooks and drafts. And if you want to connect with us, you need to get your certifications. You need to be certified with national organizations. You're trying to get hands-on training. You're trying to learn phlebotomy. We are the ones that will give you 100% of us. But what we're not going to do is give that away for free. So until next time, me and my friend got to go because we got to go talk about some other shit. And I got other stuff to do. So let me go get my bottle of wine. Girl, you ready?
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to tell them?
Love what you do and do what you love. Because if this is what you really want to do, you gotta love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all have a good night.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I'm gonna call you minute.
Let's get this money, people.
Right? We're gonna get it too. I'm telling you, next time we need to do it on your page. So we can get this.
You can find my page. We have One Stick Mobile Lab on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. You can email me at onestickmobillab@gmail.com. You can find us on Google. You can look up One Stick Mobile Lab on Google. It'll take you to a website that'll show you the different businesses that I have and the different places that it's opened up as, and it'll introduce all the other business owners as well. So if you need the help is there. It's free and open. If you got a question, just ask me or Ebony. I'm an open book. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to lie to you. So you just have to be prepared for someone to be real with you and not just take your money.
Exactly. I want you to come to this platform with an open mind, an open heart, and be ready to actually be motivated to do something. If you're already motivated when you come in, you're going to actually take off. But if you're not motivated and you're just here to steal some information, baby, you're going to leave your ass in the dust. So, until next time, I'm going to get off of here because I'm just going to go get some wine. It's time to go going down. So, catch us next time. See you Sunday, 10 a.m. via Zoom. Catch us on Facebook, catch us on Twitter, Instagram. You have One Stick Mobile, and you have Butterfly Touch. Y'all, I'm all tongue-tied now. All right, y'all. Until next time.